Richie, for joining us. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for everybody to join in and settle down for this conversation. You know, this is going to be an epic conversation. So, community definitely do join us. Richie, over to
Yes,
you.
sir. Appreciate you having me here.
Yeah, we are not yet live on YouTube. Let me check. Okay, great. We are live on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Also, community has started coming in. Thank you, everyone. Let's wait for a minute so everybody can join in. All righty then, Richie. I think we are 1 minute away from starting the show, and we have community members started joining in. Welcome, people. Hope everyone is having a great day. All righty, everyone. So we are ready to start, Richie. Um, First of all, thank you for taking this time out and giving your valuable time to our community. And Secure Chain AI community is not new to Richie. Mm, He has been with us on a couple of shows before, and we want him to be regular also. So Richie, this is an open invitation to you to join our show anytime you want.
100%. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on the show and to talk crypto because that's something everyone in this community is passionate about from both sides. And the future has never been as optimistic as it is right now, right? So I look forward to the conversation.
Definitely, this is a great time to learn about the crypto. Not just price speculation. Price is a say like it is an outcome of the supply demand, but the adoption and at the level which the adoption is happening, you know, the big players are joining in, and that is the right time for everybody, even the every individuals also to start having their portfolio, try to understand the technology better.
Yeah, we're at that point where we're turning that corner on mass adoption. We're seeing countries that were never bullish on crypto before start to become more bullish. And now is the time for everyone that's not in the space already to at least start to learn about it. So education in the next 6 months to a year on crypto, on how everything works, NFTs, wallets, the blockchain itself, development. I think everyone should be taking those first few steps, and us as founders of blockchains, we have to do everything we can on our side to give everyone those tools, right? To walk them through that first entry point of creating that first wallet, making sure you keep it safe. We've never had such a bullish environment that we're about to have in the next year, 2 years, 3 years plus. So now it's on us more than anyone else as creators and founders of blockchains, right? To do our part as well, right? It's not just about building a platform anymore. We have to go over and above that now to really bring mass adoption in there. So an example of that for Evolve blockchain, we're going to have Evo education, and it'll be little courses that people can take for free. And actually, they'll even be rewarded in the Evo points for completing those courses and starting their journey in the crypto space itself, right? Little things like that go a long way when it comes to really getting everyone into the space and in a safe manner, so they don't hit that traditional scam or that wall that traditionally happens when people get into crypto, right? So yeah,
Yeah, definitely agree with you, Richie. And as I would have said this before also, that whenever there is a price speculation, and also price when prices starts going up and down, and when the bull run starts, there's always you know huge amount of people, new beginners who are joining the space, and they are new to the ecosystem. They don't know the scams, and where to, what to do. They don't know even the difference between the token and a coin, like token and a coin. So all those things are really essential, and I really like your you know way with the evo education, that you are already doing good by providing them with the education, as well as with the education they can also earn rewards. So that's amazing.
yeah, I completely agree. It people are so fixated on the price of crypto in general. What's Bitcoin at? Did it break 100,000? The price action itself, when we should be focusing on the technology and the use cases and utility that we can build on top of this technology, right? First, you need value before you have a price, or else it's just speculation. So the blockchains that really go out and go beyond just the traditional, hey, I have a blockchain, build on my blockchain, and actually give their community members that kind of steps and those educational tools to succeed in this space, and not just succeed, innovate, right?
Yes,
This technology was made for us to build on top of, right? To solve problems we have in the real world with blockchain technology combining with old systems that we used to have, uh, and kind of evolve those systems into something that's more towards a decentralized future and what's best for the user themselves, right? Whether that's healthcare, whether that's access, whether that's data. There's a lot that can be done and will be done next few years. And we are working together on a few of those ourselves, right? So I'm sure we'll get into that a little later in the conversation.
definitely. I mean, today's topic is current trends in crypto, right? And real world assets and real world applications, that is the og trend, which is going to be happening. This, like, again, this is my take, I could be wrong here, but I mean, if you see the way market is behaving and the new players who are coming up, I'm confident and assured that, yeah, real world assets and real world applications, that is what is going to be the next big thing in the crypto industry. What do you say? What is your take
Yeah,
on
I
this?
agree. I think that the next step in crypto is now to implement this across all industries. So now companies will be racing to find solutions to the problems we have now in every industry, from logistics to health management, uh, to ownership of property, real world assets, all using blockchain. And whoever does that the best, that gets that incorporated, not just with companies, but with countries, and does it in a way that's secure and can prevent some of the traditional manipulation and fraud that happens in the crypto space, with companies that start something and don't always do the best for their community, right? Those are pivotal next steps in actually adopting this technology and not just showing people, but bringing them into this. They don't necessarily have to know that the blockchain, how it works to use an application that utilizes blockchain on the back end, right? I don't know how, most people don't know how their car works, but they use it every single day. So it's got to be
Correct.
as simple as that, and it's got to be streamlined as well.
Definitely, I agree with you, Richie. And it has to be easy, it has to be safe, secure, and it has to be. Uh, I'm. I mean, I don't want to use this word, but a dump proof. You can say that it should be in a way that if people want to make mistake, also they should not be able to. Because there are scammers. I know, like they'll make the exact copy. They'll do all these things whichever possible to persuade users, from going to the right place, and that is something which you know it is I mean, to create that mass adoption, we need to have that. It has to be easy.
Yeah, we have to put those kind of guardrails around some of the applications built so that there's no ability for that mistake to be made, right? Even people making sure that they're on the right website, it's extremely important. How many times we've seen it, they've copied exact copies of websites. You log in and that's it. Now they have your login information. So us being careful, but also the user being careful as well. Everyone would like to have the finances in their own hands and data in their own hands as well, but that comes with a responsibility of securing that data and your own finances. So no one's going to help you, or they can't help you if you lose your private keys and now you're locked out of your account because your computer broke. So you got to do everything you can on your side, starting from the educational side of things and learning how these things work and how you can keep those secure, to the next part of it being actually using it and taking responsibility into your own hands, right? These are all critical steps. And the more education we get out there, the more people can learn about these things, known scams, known stuff people did before. You can kind of wade a way around some of these vulnerabilities or risks that are associated with every market, not just the crypto market.
Correct. And that is true, Richie. I mean, we have known each other for what, like more than almost, it's been a year something. We have started working, and we are in touch, uh, whether it's work or whether it's just conversations and discussions about the you know like, I think for each project there is a DNA, this that soul of the project, the kind of values. Like for example, secure chain is built on the values of democracy and decentralization. And as far as I know, Richie, and so evolve blockchain, right? So I think we share a lot of core values, because you guys also take very good care of your community. I mean, you put your community first. We are also like community owned project. We also put our community first. Also, I mean, Richie, would you like to elaborate a little bit more on the evolve blockchain, like the core concepts and how it works, and how it is different from other projects, and what is the core values you guys are bringing?
Yeah, so 100%. I completely agree with everything you just said. There's a lot of shared vision between both of our blockchains when it comes to community first, because everyone, I think, at this point realizes that the heart and soul of your blockchain is the community that uses it. If you don't do what you can to appeal to support, to build tools for your community so that they can thrive in your ecosystem, right? A blockchain is a tool that people use at the end of the day. So the structure in which blockchains and how they work separates any blockchain from another. So with ours being backed by a reserve of physical gold, being deflationary, having the reflections function there, we've really brought forth a new functioning blockchain, a new style blockchain that goes against the traditional blockchains out there right now available. Because of we have the gold incorporated, right, that reserve incorporated into our blockchain function, we really appeal to a broader scope of the population, right? Give them something that it's hard to kind of tell people that we've always been physical gold in your hand, like gold properties, etc., to say, hey, now value a digital asset that you can't hold in your hand, right? That transition is a hard one to make for many people. So our strategy at Evolve Blockchain and vision of having both the traditional physical side of this and then the virtual, the crypto side of things, and combining those two, bridging that gap so that we can really appeal to everyone and people can see different values from different functions of our blockchain compared to others, right? And then working with Ether Authority with our consensus and building our a blockchain to be not just another blockchain, but a leader in the space. Uh, our vision of giving people what we believe is the blockchain. And this is not one of those things where it's my blockchain is better than your blockchain or my blockchain is the best blockchain. There's many different blockchains. There's many different functioning blockchains and styles of blockchain. People will find their niche, their blockchain that they naturally gravitate to, right? And think that, okay, I really like this one because of these and these factors compared to another one. right? Whether that's low fees, whether that's the backing of gold, whether that's deflationary, whether that's the AI technology that secure chain AI has implemented, right? Us working together, us having that kind of shared vision of at least we do everything possible on our side to mitigate or eliminate altogether the risk associated with a new user coming into this space. That's the most we can do, and us putting our communities first is step one, right? That's the number one priority because your community is the lifeline of your blockchain, and you want to make sure that you do right by them, and you really give them the environment they need to succeed, to not even succeed, to thrive in this industry. We're doing everything possible by putting together every tool we can think of to really support our community, working with Ether Authority, some of the best developers in the space, as far as I'm concerned. We're doing everything on that side as well. So it's really an environment that it's been a long time coming. We've been working together for over a year now, and the progress we've done in such a short period of time, it's really outstanding because we've achieved a lot, and we're not even at the public sale yet. So we're very excited to onboard the community to push some of these initiatives forward that we'll talk about a little bit later in the conversation. It's very optimistic. It's a very exciting environment at this point in time.
Definitely. And Richie, this is again has been always a goal for us, to create value for our community. And of course, like with Evolve also, because we are confident because we have been, there at every step of the way. And also, Richie, would one more question I would like to ask about the Evolve Foundation. What are your plans and how the how the documentation of the blockchain would be and how the all the things will work. I mean, of course, the community would have the such question.
So the Evolve Foundation is the company that will support the blockchain side of stuff. So we will have Evo Swap, we'll have the bridges, and the foundation's main goal or responsibility is to support the ecosystem around the blockchain itself,
Mhm.
right? So that's been put together as the ability to work with other companies, partner with other companies to bring forth innovation and solutions using Evolve blockchain. Um, it's really kind of building that incubator um, environment so that we can bring forth all these solutions. We can innovate. We can work with other companies. We can partner with exchanges. We can partner with solutions in the space. Um, so like we were supposed to have the person from Metropolis here today, they have a great solution when it comes to a layer zero uh, execution of contracts and being able to have different blockchains working and connecting together when it comes to trading NFTs and meme coins and other such assets as well. So all of these are basic tools and functions that we can kind of work with other companies on to give our community and the secure chain AI community as well as a result the tools and infrastructure that they need as well.
Agree. So, Richie, for sure, um, as we were discussing about the adoption and the real world assets and real world applications, so I think you guys have been doing great with the building new utilities for Evolve even before your pre-sale, right? You guys have already started working on the utilities. So would you like to
Yeah,
shed some light on that?
100%. So we have a few things that we're working on, and this is to showcase the strength of Evolve blockchain and what can be done. So before we launch, we're not just going to launch with just a blockchain. We'll have a few big utilities that we are going to have launching as well. One of them being Evolve Health. So we are building a health data uh, system using blockchain and smart contracts where the user or the patient can now control all of their medical information, give access, revoke access to any professional doctor or a specialist around the world. You can have multiple doctors a part of your health team. You can put symptoms, you can put vital records on this application itself as well, so that your doctor could take a more uh, proactive stance when it comes to your health, and you have more control over your private health as well. So when you have symptoms that have been occurring for the last few weeks, your doctor, your specialist, your team, your health team will have access to that data and be able to kind of preemptively say, hey, I've seen you've had symptoms that you've put into the application here, where you've had pain in wherever it was. Your doctor can now preemptively say, hey, why don't you come in, let's check that out, just to make sure that we're safe on that, right? The other part is having the ability to control which data you're sharing with these doctors. So if I went to a dentist, there's certain medical information I would not share with my dentist, but I would share with my regular doctor or a specialist, right? So you really have control of all your medical records and all your data and your preferences, like organ donor, or if you want to receive uh, blood infusions, etc. Right? We're really trying to give you a 360 solution to your healthcare that can be utilized anywhere in the world. Even with the case of if you're traveling, for example, and you run into an emergency, something happens, there will be a section of this application on Evo Health where you have an emergency button where that will then notify your doctor. It'll notify your uh, the person that makes decisions for you that you allocate in case you are unconscious or you can't make decisions for yourself. And it'll also give the information to the emergency services in that area in the language of their area. So now they can properly diagnose and treat you on the spot without having the possibility of not knowing you're allergic to penicillin or you're allergic to this certain type of medication, which in the past has resulted in bad outcomes for patients in emergency situations. So it kind of revolutionizes the health system when it comes to data, health records, and sharing and revoking of all those health records. So it's not just about building a platform anymore, right? We gotta show people what can be done here, right? And who better than the founders and the people working on the blockchain itself, who we know on the back end the possibilities and the strengths of our blockchain, right? Evo Health is a great use case, a great showcase of what Evolve can do and how we can change our medical records and our medical system to better bring an environment for the patient and the doctor as well. He'll be able to have access to information he never would be able to have before, right? He'll be able to see the rest of a patient going, or his client going from healthy to having certain problems and how that got there. This is going to lead to better diagnoses. This is going to lead to better treatment of patients, right? All this comes together because of blockchain technology and decentralizing that data so that no one owns it except for the person themselves, the actual patient. And now you can take control of your own medical journey, right, in life.
Yeah, definitely. And it is a very important part. Like, I'll say, let me just give you one example. During the COVID situation, uh, India came up with an application called COVID, and with that application, India, like also, and of course, supply chain logistics. It is a lot of things, but it helped government to do the mass vaccination and in very short amount of time. I mean, I think India was the first in the like fastest in the world to vaccinate. Also, post that, the government of India realized that value of that, new platforms, and with the help of those new platforms, it has become very easy, and accessible, the like government healthcare system to in every individual. So with the help of blockchain, right now, so with the like centralized components, you still have to rely on one particular centralized entity to provide the services and make sure that all the records are safe and secure. But with the help of bringing the health records on the blockchain, it's again, it would secure a lot of, like, it will help with the security, as well as it will help with the accessibility. So yeah, amazing features you are already thinking on, like Evolve Health, and kudos to you guys. Good invention.
Yeah, it brings a new form of decentralized health, right? So it's now a global system. It's not bound by borders of a country, right? You both have an accessible system, but also a decentralized and secure system, and the power is given back to the patient again, right? There's no reason why a doctor should hold all of your medical information and not have access to that 24/7 whenever you want to, because it is your medical information, right?
Right.
It should not be owned by anyone else except for yourself. So with this system, we really bring that back to the patient and give that power of what should have been yours in the first place, your health record, your medical health, back to yourself, right? And you wield all the power of that, and the ability to go to whichever area. So let's say you move to a new area, you have no clue which doctors are in that area, who's good, who's bad, because there's good and there's bad doctors. That's just a known fact. That's always been a fact. So when you get there, there's also part of the application we're building out where there's a rating system from other people that have interacted and had that doctor as his doctor or her doctor, and a person can get there, see those ratings, say, hey, this person has over 100 patients that go to his clinic, to his services, and he has a really high rating because he's very understanding, caring, accessible to his patients. He goes over and above when he sees some of these symptoms that are put into the application. Um, the doctor messages those patients and says, "Hey, we see this is happening. Maybe you should come in for a checkup." The other side of this, when it comes to in regards to like the COVID and everything else that happened, the trials that happened for these vaccinations, our application could be used as a trial mechanism as well, where the symptoms during an active trial can be reported in a decentralized manner that can't be tampered with for a perfect auditable trial, right? Even small symptoms,
Yeah.
once they're put in there by the patient or the trial member, that can't be changed. So the corruption when it comes to some of these trials can really be eliminated using blockchain technology. And our application's aiming to have that as a use case as well.
Yeah, yeah, and again, that is what I was about to say, that this the system of this Evo Health, it also enables the feedback loop, right? For the for the governments, for the regulators to learn more. It is with the help of this feedback system. It gives a feedback loop to the government also, that okay, these are the doctors which are doing good. These are the doctors may need some look into, or these are the
Yeah,
hospitals which are doing great, and these are the places where users are actually having issues. And again, with the help, because it is decentralized, it is tempered proof. um, as you said, audits become a lot easier. uh, it becomes very easy to create an applications which are regulatory compliant. So that is also one very big thing which Evo Health brings.
yeah, and
Again,
traditionally these systems that are the healthcare records are either held in, let's say, a hospital, for example. They'll hold the records in a server room, or they'll have a cloud-based server system where they hold those records. That's a point of failure right there. A possible hackable server, one server, for example. Now, when you decentralize that across many servers around the world, use the blockchain as the backbone to all of this. Now you take that risk away from these institutions, right? These hospitals, these clinics, uh, these walk-in clinics as well. So at the end of the day, it's kind of facilitating the doctor side of things and also giving the power back to the patient side of stuff. It's a better solution when it comes to healthcare altogether. Um, there's a lot there. Audits are a big one there when it comes to insurance and everything else. It's a perfect auditable system where everything is given to and able to be seen by those available to be that are given access to see it, right? So it'll cut down a lot of the problems we have within our medical systems, and hopefully this is something that's adopted around the world. See, with smaller countries being the easier transition into this system, but we're not just looking to work with small countries. We're looking to work with all countries, and this can be utilized for veterinary services as well. There's a broad amount of scale and use cases that can be done with this technology, with this application. and we're hoping to start with one and then expand it to many others around the world. But even if your doctor doesn't use our application, for example, it doesn't stop you from being able to share your medical data with that doctor in an emergency situation, etc. So we're really trying to give people not just a system where if a doctor is not using our system, you can't still talk to that doctor, you can't still get treated by that doctor. There should be the ability to work with the existing system as well as bring doctors and patients onto our new decentralized health application, right? Evo Health.
Mhm. Yeah, amazing, Richie. Thank you for explaining about Evo Health to our community, and yeah, also like would like to ask you about the other utilities which you are building. So I mean, Evo Health is great. There are so many opportunities. It would be helpful for it will enable the audit free, secure data access. Health records will be accessible. It is really useful during the emergency, as well as there are other use cases. That is superb. And would you like to tell the community also about what is the progress on the, I mean, Evo Health specifically, as well as other utilities which you are building on Evo?
Yeah, so the other one that we're building out that will be another utility when we launch is Evo Access. So Evo Access is being able to access any property. So there's the institutional side where it is hotels, motels, resorts, Airbnbs, and then you get to the personal side where it's your front door or a storage unit or a lock. So you using this system, using NFTs and smart contracts, you're able to create a key for that lock and be able to share access and revoke access, excuse me, to anyone around the world in a few seconds. This ability to first have a single point, one key, or three or four keys total in the world that can unlock your front door or your resort room, and this whole system being able to be auditable on who accessed that door at what time, right? And there's scales of that when it comes to the institutional side and then the personal side where, for example, a resort can have every room in their resort managed through this system, and you will be able to get access to your room before you maybe your flight even hits the floor. By the time you get to your resort, there's no more and asking for your keys to your room and having those keys get lost. Or sometimes if you have that key near a magnet, it'll decode that key and you have to go back to the concierge again. And sometimes, you know what, probably takes a long time. I've had it myself personally where I've had it over an hour waiting to in line with a bus full of people that just got to the resort. And the last thing I want to do is stand in line, wait. I want to go to my hotel. I want to go to my room, drop off my bags, and go to the beach. And with this system, that ability to both verify that the user or the patron of that hotel stay or that resort has gotten their keys for their room and is able to access their room within seconds, right? And the same thing happens when your stay is done. Being able to revoke access to those rooms is also very easy with this system. And you no longer have to go drop off keys at the front desk when you leave. That's done automatically using the blockchain technology in this application. It can revolutionize the way we perceive access, and the security of access resorts, storage rooms, front doors, etc. So that's another one we're very excited about, and we're currently in development of that application right now. And has a lot of another big use case that has a large scale of applications that can be used using this system.
It becomes a great utility for Airbnb guys, and also hotel owners and everyone who has to manage their keys, also share it sometime.
Yeah, and it's be able to do it safely, right? Uh, the important part here is security. So if you have your front, you're like the traditional keys, for example, it's very hard to share that with someone. If you had an emergency, you're out of town or something, you need someone to go check up on your dog or something, for example, because a neighbor or something happened, he can't go there that day. Now, how would you share access to your house with a friend or family member so that they could go check up on your animal? uh, without giving them the key, right? It's very hard to do so. With this system, even someone that isn't actively on the system can gain access through a quick kind of setup, and now they can go to your house. You can verify, hey, my friend John went to my house at 5 o'clock because on the data of my lock, right, in my database there, it shows that he gained access at that point. And once he leaves, I could then revoke access um, to that same lock, right? Whether that's a hotel room, whether that's a storage unit, whether that's a front door of your house. All of these using a smart lock system and blockchain implemented in the back end, now you give a secure and auditable way of gaining and revoking access to any property around the world. Again, there's no borders anymore, right? I can give you access to a house in Portugal or a house in India or a house in China or a house in Canada. Anywhere in the world, the system will work as long as you're utilizing one of our smart locks. And it should be, once again, simple as possible. The user should have to click two buttons to access that front door, right? You open your actual application, one click, and you click access. And now it transmits the unlocking code for that front door and automatically unlocks. And then it stops transmitting right after. One of the risks we have associated with key fobs, for example, when it comes to cars, you come close to your car, you have your fob in your actual pocket, your door will unlock, your car will start. So what's been happening is people will go to front doors of houses where they know a lot of people leave their keys within the first 10 feet of their entrance of their house. They will scan for that code, they will copy that code, and then they can access your truck or your car, and your car's gone, right? They didn't have to break a window, they didn't have to pick a lock. They were using technology to scan and steal that code. With this system, it'll only transmit for the 30 seconds or less, depending what the user preference is. That signal that unlocks that lock. And if you feel like it's been compromised whatsoever, we'll have a system built in where you can reset that lock as well after from your master account, right? So there's a lot that we've kind of went into and tried to find out and problem solve of what the existing problems we have associated with current technology and how blockchain can really effectively solve some of those and make it more secure, auditable, and a trustless system, which is the most important part. But also the user experience where we have it as so simple that your grandmother can use it. You don't need to know the back end technology behind it. You don't have to understand blockchain to use blockchain as long as the application is built in a way that gives you that easy use case, that easy um, access and deployment of this system, right? Like I said, it should be two clicks of a button, one, two, and you're in your front door. And the same thing for a hotel room, Airbnbs. There's a very big industry here that we're going to try to take on when it comes to access with this technology. And we're excited to see where that goes as well, because the blockchain being the ecosystem or the network, and these applications being the showcase of what can be done with this network, evolved blockchain, and in other blockchains in general as well, right? Blockchain technology is not specific just to one blockchain, but us building these, us innovating, us creating, now's the time to do so. And I applaud and I encourage everyone out there that is thinking of getting into the blockchain space, learning about it, and making this a career to do so, because this is going to only get bigger and bigger. And I think most industries will benefit and excel by implementing blockchain, AI, and other technologies we have at our fingertips right now. So yeah, it's exciting to say the least.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100% that. And as like today we are discussing the trends in the crypto industry, right? And how can we forget the AI if not? I mean, it's not just a trend; it's a mega trend, right? And the
Yeah,
utilities of AI. I mean, for crypto space specifically, AI, I'm still skeptical, but when it comes to the like applications, like specifically at Ether Authority, recently we kind of created a team who are specialized in development with the help of AI, and the kind of output which they are bringing, that's like phenomenal. That has never happened. Sometimes there were a couple of projects, like kind of a project which you would take anywhere from 6 months to a year to build for a team. With this new AI enabled team, that has become like, a matter of weeks. So I mean,
Yeah, AI has
AI has
become an
been a great
accelerator.
friend. Yeah, yeah,
We're seeing that with AI technology being inputted right now, and the ability and the tools that people have built with AI, that it can take someone that has zero knowledge about building an application and using, well, maybe not zero knowledge, but using an AI tool, you can kind of just prompt it into building what your vision of an application is. We've never had it so easy to excel. All the tools are there for us. We just have to utilize them and learn about them. And as time goes on, this is a compounding effect because AI is going to get so much better. And as a result, blockchain is going to get so much better as well by using some of these tools. There's teams that you no longer need a team of 100 people or 50 people. There's smaller teams of 10 and 20 and 30 that can compete with larger groups now because of the tools they have at their fingertips, right? Uh,
yep,
Sometimes it's the right tool for the right job, and AI has come in to really fill in that blank, and hopefully this just excels even more, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely. And also, it helps you, fill that skill gap with the teams as well. Specifically, it happens a lot with the technical teams, right? There will be, one person who is good at one technology but not great at other. But with the help of AI, they don't have to be great. They just need to understand the basic stuff and, you know be good at debugging. I mean, be good at writing the instead of writing the code, be better at understanding the code, understanding the, whatever has been created by the AI, and help the AI in the debugging process. Because I think still today that is what the biggest job for a developer is. Otherwise, like,
Yeah, it's
with the
that
help of
concept.
AI.
If you understand, or if you understand the functions of what can be built on a blockchain, and you used AI to fill in the blanks for the stuff you're not strong on. So if you're not a full-time developer, for example, you don't have years of experience, AI can fill in that gap for you, right? And not to say that AI is the all-encompassing everything tool. You still need people who know how to prompt the AI and have the vision of what you want the end result to be, so that it can effectively build that for you. You can't just say, "Hey, build me an application that's the perfect application," without having kind of a general idea of what you want it to look like, the features you want to have in the application. So you still need that vision. You still need the developer to know the concepts of what can be done using blockchain, for example. But the AI is going to facilitate your building of this application or this tool or this concept in leaps and bounds. I guess we can't even compare. And that's why I'm so bullish on the markets itself as well, because with AI and everything else implemented, people are going to bring these tools and these new applications to market. So we're going to have a scaling of the industry that we've never seen before. So,
Exactly, I agree with you there. Yeah. With the AI tools, those who are experienced developer, they can easily, do the 10x output of whatever they were
yeah,
doing before.
and that's right now. In time, that's going to multiply, right?
Exactly.
At a certain point, the AI is just going to get better and better because developers are going to change the code in a way where they say, "Hey, I asked for this to be done." Then I'll ask for the next prompt, but through changing that code and kind of adapting that AI and building it, they can put those together. They can really take two steps away instead of one. So things will get more and more streamlined and easier for someone to build using this. And this is for the music industry. This is for development, applications, generation of images and graphics, promotional content when it comes to uh, advertising and content when it comes to writing content, blogs. These are all such great tools that really allow the user to amplify their talent, right? Allow the user to really harness this for the tool that it is and bring forth a better product for their community and the industry in general, right? That where it explains it better than myself could have. using some of these tools because of the logic that happens in the background for the AI and the database it has, right? We have to acknowledge that anyone who knows anything knows we know nothing in the grand scheme of things. So an AI that has a database that is fast and has a lot more data points than we do or we know really gives us that leg up in the industry and the competition as well. So utilize everything you can, build everything you can, right? Really get into learning about these tools, getting familiar using them. Prompts are very important when it comes to AI, and having the right prompt or the right structured prompt goes from you getting an output that's exactly what you want to an output that's not nothing close to what you were thinking. So learning that skill, there's going to be a new generation of workers that are just AI prompting, right? And that's going to be a valuable asset to a company going forward. So I think every company will have to have an AI expert or a team of AI experts that will facilitate and bring down costs of that company in the day-to-day operation, but also scale that company in the long term significantly more than a team of 60 or 70 workers maybe. So yeah, it's a tool that I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have that. We wouldn't have succeeded as much as we had to this point, the scale and the speed that we have to this point, right? Our team has been given as many tools as possible so that they can excel in every aspect of what we're building and how we're building things. And that's not to say that there's no need for the human part of this as well, because there's definitely the need for that. And a tool is only as good as the person that uses the tool, right? You have a hammer,
Exactly.
for example, and someone knows how to use a hammer will nail a nail in two hits, and someone that doesn't will hit it 10 or 20 times, right? So there's still that need for that expert to kind of utilize these tools, right? Just it's going to accelerate everything.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, and it removes a lot of hard work, also the labor work. Like for example, yesterday,
Tedious.
okay,
Yeah,
I was developing one NFT marketplace, and that there was a change which I had to do like some 80 odd places because it has so many files and so many things were there. And I mean, that task would have easily took like either 1 or 2 day for me, or if I would have delegated the task to any other developer also, it would have took like 2 3 more days. But with the help of
yeah.
AI, it can be done in like seconds. Zoom. So I
And it's
mean,
the tedious, that's where AI I think is going to be utilized the most. It's those tedious
yeah,
tasks that aren't difficult to do, they just take so much time to do it. So you can take off days and weeks of work that it's not something that an expert has to do. It's not something that's cutting edge and you're changing the game with that code that you're writing. It's just code that's just tedious and takes time. And us facilitating that and streamlining that whole process is half the battle right there. And you can focus on the difficult parts of development, the new and groundbreaking things that the tedious little tasks of day-to-day development.
yeah, yeah. Also with the groundbreaking tasks. Also, for example, recently I was working on some things the AI part of our secure chain AI, and I was building some models to train on some like annotated data. Like I created a separate data set and wanted to uh, l- make sure that that model runs on that, and was having hyperparameter issue. I was in the hyperparameter testing part, and was not able to set all the hyperparameters. And I mean, that was when I tried to get some more help from the AI. And when you are building a new things also, like, though this was a totally new experiment, I was trying with a different approach. I was using some other research. Okay. And but with that, I just provided the research to the AI and was working on it, and it found the problem which I was having. I mean, and it was really like
Yeah,
the I wish that hyperparameter tuning could have took anywhere. I mean, there's no fixed limit how much time it could have took. Okay, it's all trial and error end of the day, and but I got it done in like half an hour. So that is
yeah,
something, and that is the real trend, guys. I mean, if you like it or not, you can't run away from AI. If you like it or not,
no,
you can't run away from crypto. You have to learn.
exactly. And like that example of something that you were stuck on or would have took you a lot of time really pinpoint where that problem was. And now, and these are tools that are just going to get better and better. So when it comes to coding and AI, eventually we're going to get to the point where AI can just scan through all your code and tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the
Yeah,
possible solutions to amplify what you've already built, right? To fine tune it, to make it better. And not to say you have to do those suggestions, but we're going to get to the point where AI can compete with a lot of the best developers out there, and scale things and give the opportunity for people who don't have those background in development, that aren't familiar with some of these things, to compete as well, right? Audits using AI, right, is going to be a big thing there, because an AI doesn't make as many mistakes as a human does, right? When going through so many lines of code, it's very easy to skip over a critical line of code or something that happens, and you miss something, right? That happens all the time, and then there's a vulnerability. AI will do a more efficient job. Not to say you shouldn't have a person there doing that as well, because I believe you should have a mixture of the both. I don't believe we should ever
yeah,
have
yeah,
just AI using, building out these applications and these tools and developing. It should be fire. It should be a tool the developer uses to kind of check their work and brainstorm for solutions, or find a problem that they don't see that's obvious. And sometimes a problem, it's a one line of code, or a capital letter or something, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
it's it's difficult, right? It really is.
yeah, yeah. True, true. Also, with the like specifically when it comes to audit, no, it should be like that. See, AI enables us to, create the build the audits super fast, like, and that is very helpful, in threat prevention. Like,
Yeah.
it gives a lot of preventive measures. Otherwise, like, of course, the audit team will find it out, but it takes time for a human to audit a code. It can take anywhere from week to 2 weeks, but in between that time, those projects are already, that's how right now everybody is doing, right? They'll just announce the audit, not even complete the audit, and before they complete the audit, they will be booming. And maybe by the end of the report, community will get to know, okay, there was this vulnerability, or okay, this was this backside was there, or something, etc. So with the help of AI, we can get the report done in like Zeph. User can have at least a basic idea about, okay, if there's no major security leaks, there's no major known vulnerabilities, at least there's no errors in the code. All those things are really helpful, to when if the user, if the users receive it before time, like on time. With human audits will be here, it will never go away. But my question is, with the help of AI, it will, make it super fast to test. What is your view?
Yeah, no, 100%. Audits, when it comes to utilizing AI for audits, it's a gigantic tool. It's going to help clean the space up. Before you invest in a project, I'd like to see an audit of that code itself, so I can see if there's known vulnerabilities in that code. So an audit that gives us that off the bat, and like you were speaking of earlier, sometimes those audits takes weeks or maybe over a month to get finished, depending on how large that project is or how large that the base of code is. So at the end of the day, us even having a preliminary basic audit of that code against known exploits, right? And you knowing this coin is able to make more supply, this coin is able to rug pull, this coin's structured like a honeypot type thing. These are all information that you, as a user, as a crypto, um, someone getting into the crypto markets, should look for when you're looking to invest or get involved in any community, any project, any token, any blockchain. You should know more or less how that works and what they're able to or not do. And these audits using AI can give you an instant, well, near instant, feedback of what's in that code against what we know, known exploits and vulnerabilities, but also what's able to be done with that code as well. So the permissions they have as the owners, as the execution wallets, these are all critical to your success and critical to you staying away from malicious actors, right? If someone's thinking about doing something malicious with their token, for example, it'll be in that code. right? For the most part, other than them like rug pulling liquidity and stuff like that. But then you should look for obviously projects that lock up their liquidity when they launch. And I'll say an example of one of these, and I don't want to give too much visibility or give too much thing on this person, but Haktua made a coin recently, a token, sorry, and they ended up selling on taking liquidity out because they told their members that it was a fair launch and that you can only get it by buying it once they launched the token itself. And then we realized that there's wallets and accounts that had coins and they were selling on and against the liquidity of that swap. So they took out liquidity. They basically stole from their community. And there's probably legal actions that's going to be taken because of that. And that individual is probably in some hot water now and might face some legal, some jail time because of this. And you know what? They deserve it because at the end of the day, you did square one, which you never do, and that is burn your community, go against your community. And something like these AI smart audits would have showcased some of those vulnerabilities that they were able to make more coins, right? So things like that, we can really do our part to kind of clean up the space. And if everyone, when it comes to founders of blockchains and tokens,
Mhm.
projects, can come behind and rally behind kind of the same morals or vision of what it's going to take for us to clean up this space, what it's going to take for us to really give people an environment where they can trust being in this environment and using our tokens, our coins, building on top of what we've created. It starts with those starting points, right? AI audits is one of those tools we absolutely need to use, right, amongst all the other ones.
Definitely, and I'm really happy to announce this to the community also. That Richie, so dear community, we will be sharing the AI technology with the Evolve Foundation going forward. It's a step by step process, but that will be done in the upcoming period. So also, Richie, I'm really glad that you are here, and wish that Yogesh would also be here. But maybe next time, next show, Yogesh will be here with us. But today, I'm really happy to announce that partnership between Secure Chain and Evolve and Ether Authority. I mean, it's an amazing. We all share the right values. We are here to work for the community. The way you have structured your project is very sound, and the kind of utilities which you are building is great. Also, you are currently you are in the like you are raising funds right now, right? You are in the pre-sale round.
We are leading up to their pre-sale, yes. So yeah, we are going to be partnering with Secure Chain AI and Ether Authority. We have shared visions when it comes to the blockchain space, security, and us working together. And we love what you guys have built in your community, and we want to bring both of our communities together so we can both excel in this space. And that becomes and starts with us working together to create a better crypto environment, right? A crypto ecosystem. So, like we said before, there's going to be an airdrop for Secure Chain AI members. Anyone holding Secure Chain AI, once you guys have your coin mask wallet out, anyone who signs up and starts Evo wallet on your coin mask will get airdropped Evo coins. So that's our way to welcome your whole community into our ecosystem as well to build forward a better environment for the blockchain space, right?
True, true. And we are really glad. So community, please do join us. Make sure to follow Evolve social media channels as well as uh, be talkative. Also, Richie, I think we are moving toward the end of the show. So let me also go ahead with the weekly updates about the Secure Chain AI project as well as the announcement which are upcoming. So, dear community, we are our Sky Connect system, which will enable you to connect your uh, CoinMask wallet with your Sky ID. That is also almost ready. So, as Richie said, that you're going to be bringing the airdrop there. So, congratulations! So when you connect your wallet with your Sky ID, you will be receiving the Evo coin as well as it will enable us. We are not just so that will be available. very soon. Probably by today or by tomorrow, you will be able to start connecting your CoinMask IDs. Also, we'll share the tutorials, so don't worry about it. There was one question from one more person that okay, because the we have discontinued the staking and mining application and moved staking and mining operations to the smart contract, and the data migration is also been completed. So, what is your like? Where do we invest the sky? Like, for example, if you want to stake the sky, where do we stake the sky? So, guys, that is the reason we have been building this liquidity staking, because secure chain AI sky is going multi-chain. So every committee member will be able to provide the community like liquidity on different networks as well. So it will, for example, if you want to put a liquidity on sky bnb and bnb coin, you just need to go to that platform, stake your sky and BNB, and it will be all the like it will be always staked in the pairs, and you will have your liquidity locked for 90 days, and post 90 days, however you keep it, you can earn the rewards, and that is how the new sky will be coming into the circulation. Other than that, there will be no other way for skies to be like sky to be released in the circulation. So that is one new uh, platform which we are building and bringing. So that is on the way. Stay tuned. Next uh, Sky Network show will give you a better update on that. Yogesh will be there with us, to, because he is the one working on that liquidity staking portal. So he will be the right person to give us each and every feature about the platform. All right, guys. So it was a great, wonderful conversation. Richie, did you like the show, or what are your views?
Yeah, no, this has been very informative and like I said before, it's exciting times for both communities. Secure Chain AI, Evolve Blockchain. We're all building technologies. We're all building platforms that are going to bring up the space, and us working together um, in a consortium, like it should be an industry standard, right? So we also have one thing that I'll talk about briefly, and then we'll go into more detail in a further episode. We are working together on what we call the League of Blockchains. So this is going to be a consortium, a partnership of blockchains coming together to really support each other, help each other build up their ecosystems, and provide the tools not just for the users but for the founders themselves. So we're looking to partner with and bring on exchanges. We're looking to bring on, like we were talking about earlier, the guest that was supposed to be here today that couldn't make it, the zero layer zero function as well, that type of exchange, connecting all our blockchains together and really supporting each other through this process. Because after the last year of working with Sandeep and in connection with Secure Chain AI, uh, we see the large task that it is of building out a blockchain and doing it in a way that's safe, secure, trustless, and in the best initiatives and the best uh, way for your community itself, right? So we look to work with every blockchain that wants to work with us in this partnership of blockchains or league of blockchains to really help push the industry forward and give that support not just for the user but for the actual ecosystems themselves.
Correct, yeah, Richie. Let's clap for that. And the League of Blockchains is coming, and we are creating this great partnership of the founders who are actually working for their community, and it will be also a kind of a partnership between the communities as well. So
Yeah,
each and every blockchain builds different components. There are some which are like not like general for everybody, but everybody brings their something new to that table. For example, like okay, with the help of our partnership, Evo will be not now but in the future, Evolve will be available on the Secure Chain AI bridge also. Secure Chain can be available on the Evolve bridge or Evolve swap also. It it creates a kind of an ecosystem where for example, uh, if there is a KYC system, if a person does a KYC in one network, the same can be used for all other networks. So those kind of things will be really helpful, going forward. And yeah, we are building that. So that is the reason me and you guys will be seeing Richie also more often uh, with us. So yeah, thank you for Richie for taking this time out. It has been a wonderful conversation. It was really informative and innovative conversation. I hope the community also loved it. Thank you very much, community, for supporting us all the way around from start till today. We have completed 1 year. We are in the season two now. The second year has started. So let's looking forward to next 52 shows. So thank you everyone. Have a great weekend, and wishing every one of you a productive week ahead. Richie, thank you very much for taking
Yeah.
this time out, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate every time you have me on. These are always great conversations. Anyone who wants to learn more about Evolve Blockchain can go to evolveblockchain.io. For those Evo originals out there, stay tuned. There's a lot of news coming out in the next little bit of updates and progress that we have. So we're excited to share with you guys as well in the near future. So welcome to everyone who transfers over from Secure Chain AI and becomes a part of our blockchain community, and vice versa for everyone who comes and finds out about Secure Chain AI from the Evolve side. And we really work together because I think this is not just about one community, it's the crypto community in general, no matter what blockchain you're behind, right? We have to work together into the future for this whole ecosystem to be successful, right? A rising tide rises all ships, and everyone plays a role in rising that tide. So it's been a great conversation. Like I said, I look forward to further ones in the future.
Likewise,
Appreciate it, guys.
appreciate it, man. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you everybody next week, same time, 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. UTC.